Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this my platform. If you like what you are watching, please kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of video, local, international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate YouTube. Yes, I will keep on appreciating them because YouTube is one of my best platforms for creating this wonderful platform for us to use to disseminate information to the members of the public. And as well, I will also put a disclaimer that Linda's TV show do not promote any hate speech, violence or misinformation. We are here to educate, inform, and we react to all forms of video. You see us sitting there watching the video together, and after analyzing,
I'm here to actually have a little brief discussion with us. We have been talking about the unity of Ndigbo across the Federation of Nigeria. When we call on the unity of Ndigbo, we are not actually calling for fight. We are not actually calling for trouble. All what we are calling for is unity, because we actually find out that there is need for all the Bia, No, Aloha speaking, those who have one practice in common, to actually come together to fight for their own economic benefit and inclusiveness as far as Nigeria and the world at large is concerned. This morning, I'll be talking to us because one thing we must understand is this. A lot has actually happened that actually has proven to us beyond every reasonable doubt that we have been living in dark for so long. Now, I want to correct an impression. I am from Akumazu Mocha, and Akumazu Mocha is actually located in a Canon East local government area of Delta State. Now, we are part of those who actually are affected by wrong history and information, which has actually given our people a negative orientation about themselves. Now, permit me to tell you, there is no way you will be from a certain area or ethnic group or whatsoever, and without having 80 to 90% of similarity, both in culture, both in tradition and everything, both in language, with those that you are actually the same ethnic group with. Now, it is quite funny. It is actually funny how our people have made to believe on the wrong definition about themselves for so long without having anyone to ask questions or to get to our own dispensation. Yes, it has been confirmed that when false information or when lies live with people for so many years and nobody stood to question that information, it will definitely become truth. And most of us has been living with false information, taking it to be truth. And that is why many of us are finding it difficult to comprehend what our argument is actually is. Now, when you heard us talk about the unity of Ndigbo, most especially what comes to your mind is that these ones are actually here to distort history. These ones are actually here to change what has been with you for so long. And the reason why you are seeing what we are doing as a taboo or as error is that you've not given yourself that sense of understanding or reasoning to actually see if what you are fighting for is truth, nor false. I used to believe that information that Ika are actually from Benin. Not until I begin to ask questions. And I did not just wake up to begin to ask questions. But there are one or two things that actually traveled traveled cost in my life, because at the course of traveling, I've been able to detect and see some of the things that propelled me to begin to ask questions. One of them is, if actually we are from Benin, why are we not speaking that Edo language or Benin language per se? And some of you who are already biased with the topic uniting Ndibo should make a research or ask yourself this question: are we not closer than the Benin, than we are, I mean geographically, than we are to the people of Anambra? When you check the boundary between the Ika people and the Benin people, and the boundary between the Ika people and Anambra, and Imo and Enugu, you will agree with me that we are closer to the Benin, than we are to Anambra. Now, you can walk, you can trek from Ekaland into Benin, into Edo State. But even if you can trek from Agbo to Anambra, it will take you days. It will take you days. So we are more closer to the Benin, boundary-wise, than we are to Anambra. Now, let us begin to look at it this way. Most of you believe that it is because of intermarriage, just as you have always argued, and also it is because of missionaries, the Igbos, who actually accompanied the Anambarians are the Imos, because you call them the Igbos, excluding yourself, who accompanied the missionaries into your territory. To actually, mind you, those who are accompanying the missionaries are there as an interpreter, because the missionaries that came don't hear what we speak, they don't understand our language. And to help them, they need to groom one or two persons who go around, who understand a bit of their language, which is the English, the Britain language, which is the UK, the Britain language, which is the English, who then translate the English to their people, to the language which they will understand. And these people who are accompanying the missionaries speak that same dialect or language that you understand. And you want to tell me that if those who are accompanying the missionaries into a Kalan does not have the same word, meaning word to word with the Ka people, will they be able to stand as an interpreter? Will they be able to stand as a mediator between the Ka people and the missionaries who don't understand our language? This is one part. Second part is that you have actually made me to understand that those who came with the missionaries to introduce Christianity to us actually speak the same language, because that is one of the reasons why they were able to stand as a mediator, as an interpreter between the English and the Ka, which you claim to be on its own as a language. Because those who came with those missionaries are not Eka people, according to you, that they are Igbos. Why then and how did they manage to translate the English to Eka language that you understand? Mind you, when the missionary came, you don't know how to speak English. At the same time, you don't know how to speak Igbo. Now, those who came with the missionaries are Igbos, according to you. How did they then translate Igbo and the English to Ika language for you to understand the mission and the purpose of those missionaries? Then if we want to begin to think deep or reason some of the points you have made me to understand, that it is as a result of those who accompany missionaries, that they are the one who introduce the language. Now let me tell you, it is only when you are talking to a kid. It is only when you are talking to a kid that you'll be pushing that child. You know, you'll be tossing that child anywhere, or anyhow you want that child to react. But as far as this particular topic is concerned, the reason why those who accompany missionaries were able to stand as a mediator is because you have same language with them, because you speak the same thing they speak. And if it is not so, it will never be possible, and they can never have the wherewithal to explain to you what the missionaries are saying in their own language, translating it to the language that you will understand. This point has actually made us to understand that Ika people, the Okwale people, the Aniocha people, in general terms, they are Neoma, and as also the people of Anambra and going down to Equatorial and so on and so forth, actually understand themselves in communication. And that alone has actually proven to us that they are one people. Now, we go to the part of the Benin for you guys who always find it difficult to comprehend. Benin have their language, their unique language. So it is, I am telling you this morning, in case you don't know, it is evil for you to say that Ika and Bini are related blood-wise, that they are of the same. Why Bini have their entirely language, both in pronunciation and everything, and Ika have theirs. We all know what actually transpired that led to the bond, the little bond that Ika shares with the Edos or Bini people. If I want to begin to tell you, I will tell you that you are the one who is actually coming up with unhealthy propaganda, information telling me that Ikas are descendant of Edos. And when you begin to look at culturally, traditionally, some of the spiritual heritage that were passed from our forefathers to this present dispensation, you will agree with me that we are not in any way connected. But one thing is that it has been with us for a very long time. A false information has been falsified, dispatched, and made available to the people. For several years, this information has stood to be truth, without minding that it is nothing but false information. The reason why those history has actually succeeded was just because no one has ever stood up to question the falsified information that has been out for people to believe. I see Abagoge owe was eziokwu because no nwere onye tụrụ ajụjụ n'okwu asị a. Ntụ na ayiyo etele anene ụda n'ime enyi o nwere onye si ka jụọ ajụjụ kwesioni asị ahụ wee ntụ ahụ wee tụọ ọwụ ahụ wee ghọọ isi eni ịwụ ndị ka. Anọ with us for several years and in channel were ime n'eziokwu rọ. And tanwa and apple and who are juju none ki here no mere like this. None ki here no mere no me or one. Me no me no supposed ne no supposed ne. Ki hodo me many in the emenation kuna ni when ki hodo me many in any aso so when aso. Ki hodo me many anywhere you more free here. Here no juju.
Hello my wonderful people, as we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.